The history of Mountain Jews. Mountain Jews are the original Jewish population of the Eastern Caucasus. Traditionally, they live in the northern Azerbaijan, southern Dagestan, and northern Caucasus. The Jews of the Eastern Caucasus are self-named as Juhur. They are still considered the descendants of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. At the end of the 17th century, a Jewish neighborhood came along in the Oghuz region of Azerbaijan, and by the end of the 17th century, the two largest and historically significant mountain Jewish communities, the Jewish Slabada community near Guba district of Azerbaijan and the community in Derbent. In the 20th century, besides political ones, there were also cultural Jewish organizations, which held the congresses of mountain Jews. They made important decisions, in particular with regard to the fact that mountain Jews would not be separated from the rest of the Jewish population in the region. They were represented both in the parliament and in the government of the Independent Republic of Azerbaijan in 1918, with Jewish newspapers and magazines published in the Russian language. During the Soviet times, the activities of the mountain Jewish organizations were negligible. Mountain Jews during the Great Patriotic War. Mountain Jews made a great contribution to the victory over Nazi Germany. Among the heroes of the Soviet Union are two mountain Jews. This nation is also the victim of the Holocaust. They were shot along with the Ashkenazis. The Nazi punitive SD troops deliberately shot a large group of mountain Jews on the collective farm named after Shaumian in the Crimea. And in September 1942, more than 600 people were killed in the villages of Bogdanovka and Minzhinsk near Mozdok city. The largest community of mountain Jews caught by the Nazis was the community of Nalchik city. Although several Jews were killed by the occupiers, the community survived. Post-war years. In the post-war decades, many mountain Jews left the Caucasus and moved to major cities of Russia and other USSR republics. During this period, the educational level of many Jews increased, with many of them fluent in Russian. Among themselves, they speak in the language of Jewry. As for the Hebrew language, it has always been held in high esteem by the people. Mountain Jews have rich folklore. The number and resettlement. According to the latest data, the total number of mountain Jews in the world is estimated at about 250,000, with the absolute majority of them, between 120,000 and 130,000, living in Israel. The largest diaspora, 45,000, is based in the United States of America. There are also large diasporas in Russia, 30,000 people, in Azerbaijan, about 8,000, in Germany, 4,000, in Canada, 2,000, and in Austria, more than 1,000 people. Prominent mountain Jews. Distinguishing themselves in the fight to defend their fatherland, the small nation gave many prominent personalities to the history and civilization who made a great contribution to the development of a particular field of human activity. Among them are 2 heroes of the Soviet Union and 10 heroes of socialist labor, 1 national hero of Azerbaijan, a member of Azerbaijan's parliament, candidates and doctors of science, academicians, prominent cultural and sports figures of Russia, the USA, Israel and Azerbaijan, national writers, engineers, military men, influential businessmen and philanthropists. Today, there are about 250 prominent mountain Jews who have made huge contribution to the development of mountain Jewry as well as to the cause of peace. The pioneering person in uniting the mountain Jews of the world around a single idea was Zaur Gilalov, a well-known philanthropist and businessman who came from the Red Slabada Jewish community in the city of Guba of Azerbaijan. The essence of his idea was to get the whole world to know his people. In 2003, the World Congress of Mountain Jews was created at his initiative. and Zaur Gilalov became the first president of the Congress. Although Zaur's life ended off in March 2004, the World Congress of Mountain Jews continued its activities and continues to implement his ideas up to date. World Congress of Mountain Jews today. During 15 years of work, the World Congress of Mountain Jews has managed to gain international recognition. At the end of 2017, the Congress received the status of a non-governmental organization and special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. This status opens up the possibility for the Congress to bring up topical issues related to the situation of the Jewish communities of the world, strengthening peace between religions and other issues of a humanitarian nature in the specialized bodies of the UN. One of the main tasks of the World Congress is to preserve and increase the culture. After all, the culture of the Mountain Jews, including history, language, customs, which have developed throughout many millennia, is unique and original. The Congress is making significant efforts to preserve the traditional way of life of Mountain Jews, regardless of their place of residence, participates in the construction of national community centers, educational and religious institutions, providing support to local communities. The Congress carries out charitable, publishing, religious, scientific, and educational projects through the regular work on the development of contacts with the leading international organizations. The organization has the task to strengthen peace among religions, interfaith harmony and tolerance, as well as to preserve the language of the Mountain Jews and pass over their written works to the UNESCO Commission for the Preservation of the Endangered Languages of the World. In 2018, Akif Gilalov, the head of the World Congress of Mountain Jews, held a series of meetings with the heads of states, introducing them to the organization's activities. In November 2018, the congressional delegation had an audience meeting with Pope Francis in the Vatican, during which the creation of the World Council of Mono-Religions was discussed.